What's going on, y'all? A-Fizzle here on this Wednesday, June 1st, 2022. Woke up this morning on my way to work, and I'm thinking it's Tuesday. These holiday weekends be getting me so fucked up at times. I'm thinking it's Tuesday. It's actually Wednesday. We almost at the weekend already. First and foremost, I'm likely going to be going to the Chatterhoots game on Saturday. I think I mentioned it on Facebook that I was thinking about going. I just had to see how my money looks, and my money looks good right now, so I'm gonna go and get my ticket probably tomorrow. If go to the Chatterhoots game on Saturday night. I wouldn't do anything useful anyway, so let's go to the game. Shit, you know, let's not be a TV fan, as y'all cats like to say it, or the YouTube Sports. But anyways, speaking of YouTube Sports, I feel like I have to say something on this because there's been some misconceptions on Twitter, and I just want to clear the airways. As y'all know, Sports Live in ATL, he got his Matt Ryan Indianapolis Colts jersey. He's been saying it since March, ever since Matt Ryan was traded, that he was going to get a Colts jersey, Matt Ryan. Let me go ahead and say this right off the rip. I have zero problem with Sports Live in ATL supporting Matt Ryan and hoping that he does well in Indy. I have no problem with that. Just like I have no problem with Bronco fans wishing Von Miller the best with the Bills. I hope Von Miller does well with the Bills, except when he plays the Broncos, then I want Von Miller to have the worst game ever in his career. I want him to like Andre Bruce when he plays the Broncos. But when he's not playing the Broncos, more specifically, I think they played the Chiefs this year. Especially when he plays the Chiefs, I want him to look like Lawrence Taylor. Now, with the whole him buying the jersey thing, I spoke on this on Twitter. And on YouTube. I've been very vocal about this. I, for one, never agreed with him getting a Matt Ryan Colts jersey. And before SLITA says anything, because I know he's quick to be triggered to respond, it's not because it's him. Y'all know I'm the type of person where it's okay for everyone to do it, or it's okay for no one to do it. I never agreed with 49er fans back in the mid-90s getting Joe Montana Chiefs jerseys and rooting for the Chiefs. Y'all seen that clip, America's game when it's 94 49ers. It was talking about showing the 49ers Chiefs game when was Joe Montana played against his old team. You got 49 fans out in Central California rooting for the Chiefs because of Joe Montana. I don't agree with that. I never agree with Patriot fans getting Tom Brady Bucs jerseys, but then again, half of the Patriots fans are bandwagon, so there's no surprise there that they will go out their way to get a Tom Brady Buccaneers jersey. Like, come on. I don't agree with Falcon fans getting Julio Jones Titans jerseys or Michael Vick Eagles jerseys. I sure as fuck don't agree with Bronco fans getting Von Miller Rams jerseys or Bills jerseys. I haven't seen or heard about any Bronco fan who went as far as getting a Von Miller Rams jersey or a Bills jersey. But if they did, then I don't agree with it. And I sure as fuck don't agree with Seahawks fans getting a Russell Wilson Broncos jersey. Even back in 2012 when the Broncos got Peyton Manning, I never agree with Colts fans getting a Peyton Manning Broncos jersey. Like, I had this one chick on Facebook, because I was telling them, like, all y'all Colts fans, stay away from Broncos country. You wasn't rock with us before Peyton, don't rock with us now. And then she had this one chick coming around my page, like, responding to my comment on Facebook, like, well, you was up Peyton Manning coming to Denver, why you can't accept us? Because we don't rock with bandwagon fans over here, all this jumping ship, following the name on the back of the jersey. If you're loyal to the soil, you follow the name on the front of the jersey. Hey, if you're a Colts fan, you be a Colts fan. Don't jump to Broncos country because Peyton Manning's over here. And same for Seahawks fans. If you wasn't rocking Broncos country before Russell Wilson got here, then don't rock with him now. I think that's bull. And that's how I feel about Falcon fans getting Matt Ryan Colts jerseys. Like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, I forgot to acknowledge this in the video earlier. If you're one of these fans who rock with a team for so long and you develop a favorite player on that team, then obviously a favorite player leaves that team, goes to a different team, and you go buy a jersey for that different team because your favorite player's on there. Example given, if you're a Patriots fan, you go buy a Tom Brady or Rob Gronkowski Buccaneers jersey, or if you're a Packers fan, you go buy a Devontae Adams Raiders jersey, or if you're a Seahawks fan, buying a Russell Wilson Broncos jersey. Do yourself and everybody else a favor. Don't say anything. You keep your mouth closed. It's one thing me or somebody else say something just a little about his situation, but if you're doing that as well, or if you're one of these Falcon fans who went and got a Michael Vick Eagles jersey, or a Julio Jones Titans jersey, or a Keanu Neal Cowboys jersey, you have nothing to say to SLITA. You have nothing to say on this topic because as far as everybody is concerned, you are in the same boat as SLITA. So don't get up here and be a hypocrite, please. If you're doing it, just own it. At least SLITA owns it. You need to own it too. Don't be a hypocrite, go after SLITA when you're doing the same thing as SLITA doing. That's sad. Back to the video. Because SLITA has said that there's a couple of them who feel just like him. I just never agreed with it. You know, it's not something that I condone. I just feel like it's kind of like a slap in the face to the franchise that you grew up rooting for. And then you kind of spit in their face saying, oh, I'm going to get me a Matt Ryan Colts jersey. And I understand. I completely understand why Falcon fans will still support Matt Ryan, because Matt Ryan is one of the best. Oh, my hand's shaking. Is one of the best Falcon players ever in the history of that franchise. Understandable. If you want to support Matt Ryan, then support Matt Ryan. I got no issue with that. But buying a jersey, like, come on. But this is where me and SLITA would get into a disagreement, because he'll just, like, everything I just said, he'll probably take that out of context and run with it. Thing I'm just saying, insinuating that I'm saying that he should not buy a Matt Ryan Colts jersey. That's not what I'm saying at all. One thing SLITA fails to realize, and Augusta Gator pointed this out in one of his videos about SLITA, sometimes SLITA will take certain things out of content and run with them and don't pay attention to the whole content, you know. What I said, I always told SLITA this, because he did bring it to my attention when he said he was going to do it. I told him, I said, I don't agree with it. To me, it's disloyal, disingenuous to the franchise, dishonest. And I told him that, I said, that's not how I get down. I'm not rocking with that. But I also told him at the same time, SLITA, it is your money. You work hard for that money. I would never, in the ever of evers, tell another grown-ass man or another grown-ass woman, well, let me rephrase that. I would never tell another grown-ass man or a grown-ass woman how to spend their money. If you working and you making it, you're liable to spend it on whatever you want. I may give advice saying, you might want to consider this, but I'm not going to be like, oh, don't go buy that. Don't go buy this. I would never do that. And I feel like that's where, I'm going to put this down. And I feel like that's where the connection falls. Like he thinks I'm trying to tell him how to spend his money, and that's what I'm not doing. If you want to put your money in the stock exchange, do it. If you want to take your half of your paycheck and put it into your savings account, do it. If you want to blow it on strippers at the strip club, do it. Or in SLITA's case, if you want to go buy an Indianapolis Colts Matt Ryan jersey, then fucking do it. I'm not saying don't do it. I never said don't do it. And that's what kind of, I said, that's where I feel like he thinks that I'm telling him that. I said, no problem with him supporting Matt Ryan with the Indianapolis Colts. Like I said, and I want him to know at the end of the day, if you want to buy a Colts jersey, that's on you. If anybody else feel the same way he feels, they want to go buy Matt Ryan Colts jerseys, as long as they're paying for it themselves, that's on them. And I kind of agree with SLITA on one thing with this whole situation. Because, like, the ones who looked at him crazy, like, oh, why are you buying a Matt Ryan Colts jersey? I thought you was a diehard Atlanta Falcons fan. I can look at it from his point of view in regards to this. You're not paying that man's bills. You're not putting food in his mouth. You're not putting a roof over his head. So you really don't have a strong say in whether he should do it or not. You can frown upon it and say, no, it's not cool, but you can't tell that man, oh, don't buy it. He's gonna do it anyway. Which brings me to the next point, and this is what kind of infuriates me a little bit about SLITA, because he look at it like I was telling him not to do it. And I want him to understand this. You know, he loves to say, these three things. Oh, I do what I want. I say what I want. I don't care what you or anyone else thinks. Like, look, we're not saying, like, I got a rebuttal for every time somebody says they do what they want. Yeah, you can do what you want. You can say what you want, but there's a saying, and there is a such thing as doing what you want goes wrong. And I think people fail to understand that, like, yeah, you can do and say what you want, but, you know, sometimes you got to think about the consequences behind it when you do and say what you want. Like, just because you do that don't mean you're obligated to just do what, at that time. You know, sometimes you do got to bite your tongue and be like, scale back and say, like, you know what, this is not my conversation. This is not my doing. Let me back up. Because that can get him in huge trouble. That has gotten him in huge trouble in the past, especially on Twitter. You know, he goes around these females talking about, oh, so what? Who cares? You know, when they say something completely opposite of talk about something positive that has nothing to do with him. I try to form him and say, yo, scale back a little bit, Slayer. You know, they're not even talking to you. And then he'd be like, oh, I'll say what I want. I say, okay, you say what you want. Go to, get on Twitter and go to these females' face and say it, man. Or bad fact, you do what you want, say what you want. I dare you to walk to the next female you see in Atlanta and call them the C word. I dare you go up to a cop and say, fuck you. Since you do what you want and say what you want. I dare you. You won't do that. So no, you're not going to say what you want and do what you want, Like I said, sometimes it's good to scale back a little bit. Bite your tongue, Because, like, you do come off as arrogant a lot lately. And I was thinking about this morning before I even decided to make this video. I'm thinking, sometimes I think that the Braves win the World Series and Georgia win the national title and Italy win the World Cup, maybe in the worst things that could have happened, because you used to be real chill. But ever since your team's been winning championships, you have been arrogant and cocky as fuck. Like, you just, you kind of doing a little too much. And like I said, I held back for talking about it, but, it's got to be said. I feel like you're doing a little too much. You kind of need, I feel like you need a serious reality check. Like I said, and I'm a Braves fan myself, so it pains me to say, oh, win the World Series was the worst thing that could happen. Like, if you was going to be like that, then I'd probably rather have the Astros win the World Series. I'd much rather Alabama beat you in the national championship. I'd much rather Italy lose the World Cup, because, like, you need to be brought back down to earth a little bit. And I feel like the sports guys are finna start bringing you back down to earth. I feel like the sports guys are seeing that you're getting a little too out there, and you're starting to forget where you come from a little bit. But, because I feel like, because I'm vocal as fuck too. And I got that mentality to say what I want and do what I want and not give a shit what anyone thinks either, as well. But I know when to scale back. I know when to bite my tongue. I know when, if the conversation don't involve me, don't put my 2 cents in it, just back up. You seem to not grasp that, and that's not a good look moving forward. I'm telling you now, SLITA, I'm just trying to give you advice as a friend, which I hope I'm still your friend, because sometimes I really question that, reason being because I feel like you don't want, I feel like you want a legion of ass kissers, like, and fanboys that just want them to agree with everything you say. And that includes some of the video makers on here. I'm not one of them. I don't kiss ass. I don't fanboy. I say how I feel and feel how I say. You know that. Just like I know that you say how you feel how you say. You know. And y'all, this is no drama. This is no beef. I don't do that. This is, you know, just a friend getting a little reality to a friend, you know. And I hope he takes it, you know. But as far as you buying the Matt Ryan Colts jersey, hey, it is what it is, you know. Like I said, that's your money. You do what you want to do with it. That's how I feel. But I will admit, though, I will admit one thing. For $27, that jersey does look good, though. I'm not gonna lie. I meant what I said about that jersey looks good for $27. That's a good ass bargain. But you know, you wonder about the haters. Sometimes you bring them out though, because you say too much. You know, my advice to you as a friend is just focus on your channel and focus on getting your subs up, and you know, just focus on your content. You know, don't just waste your energy and time on your haters. They're gonna hate regardless, unless they pull up in Atlanta ready to fight you. Who gives a fuck what they say? You know, just. You know, how would I say, take your own advice. Don't give a shit what people say, you know. Don't give a shit what people think. Unless they're going to pull up, their opinion should mean nothing to you. You know, talking heads talk anyway, so what else is new? It's 2022. This is the world we live in. People want to run their mouth regardless. That's why I don't waste time on these haters. I'm like, fuck them, you know. If they want to hate, then fucking hate. You know, you're at the end of the day, you're not paying my bills. You're not putting food in my mouth, so your opinion means zilch. And that's why I don't waste time acknowledging them on my channel. But yeah, it is what it is though. But SLITA, do you, man. That's all I'm gonna say, do you. Hopefully we'll get a Braves stream from you soon. I'm thinking about streaming the Braves game myself this Sunday when they play the Rockies. We'll have to see. Please do not hold me to it, because there's no guarantee I'm gonna do it. But yeah, trying to get some more games, trying to get some game streams popping on my channel again. Maybe I'll do like some USFL, we're in the Women's College World Series. You know, that's going down right now. Gators are in it, so maybe I get, you know, worst case scenario, if the Gators happen to play on Sunday, I may stream a Gators game. We'll see. I may try to squeeze in the Lightning game as well. They're in Eastern Conference Finals. Game 1 tonight, by the way. Let's go, motherfucking Lightning. Let's go ahead and get this shit done, man. But yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here. I say what I need to say. It's lunchtime for me, and I need to eat. So y'all be easy. Until next time, A-Fizzle sign out. Have a good Wednesday. Have a good rest of the week. We almost at the weekend, y'all. So let's ride the shit out on a good note. Holla, y'all.